Alright, you guys, we are back, and today we are going to tap into the pitching part of this baseball thing. And what I really want to look at and talk about is basically proper arm action. And one of the terms that I use is you want your hand, the hand that throws the ball, to follow your elbow instead of your elbow following your hand. And I'm going to explain exactly what I mean and show you what to look for and things to work on. So we got Josh Johnson here, and this is a good angle to view this motion from, because you get to see exactly how his arm drops into position and how it gets up into a loaded position. So here we go. I'm going to move this video forward a little bit, and we're going to get to, let's see, I want to get to the top of his leg lift. And from here I'm going to go ahead and play it a little bit, and we're going to notice when he starts dropping his hands and where his hand goes. So you could actually see the ball in his right hand right there, and it's going to drop down behind his leg. Okay. The first thing I like to say about, there you go, there you see it. The first thing I like to say about this position, this is a very important position to get to. If you notice, he is actually leaned back, okay, and at this point he's actually headed towards the mound, or towards the plate rather, but his upper body is staying at a slight angle backwards. And as he's going down the mound, it's going to stay in that position for a while. But what I want you to look at is what happens, how he starts to raise his throwing arm. Okay, I see it all too often when I'm doing lessons that ball basically shoots up and gets into a position to where before the pitcher's stride foot lands, the pitcher's arm would already be up above his elbow, and that's pretty much improper. There are a few pitchers that do that, but I would go out on a limb and say 85 to 90% of pitchers don't get that position too soon. So let me show you how this works. I'll move it forward a little bit, and I want you to notice from this position the ball's just dangling, and you can't really see it too clearly, but the same, if he's throwing from the right hand side like this, basically his whole body's facing towards third, and it's very important that you get your fingers behind the ball in this position, and you see the ball would be facing the first base side. Okay, and that's the first thing that I look for when I'm looking at a throwing motion, is that the ball drops into the right position at the right time. But from this position here, we're going to look at how the arm gets into the launching position, or the loaded position. So we're going to go forward, and what I want you to see is the elbow is going to start to bend here, and as it's on its way up, the hand is following the elbow in this position. Okay, and right here we have where the front foot hits the ground, and I just want you to notice the angle and the position of his upper body and arms. His arms are flat right there. His forearm is not above his elbow at this point, and the reason why it's not above his elbow, because he hasn't started turning his upper body. You really want to get your hand and ball up when the upper body starts turning. So as I click on and go a little bit further, he's starting his turn right now, and his arm is starting to get up. Okay, and then he throws from just about every major leaguer throws from about 3/4. This is a proper arm action. If we get that arm too much in this position up here, that's too high, and you could actually injure yourself by pinching things in your shoulder. So we don't want to be too high. 3/4 is just about perfect. But I want to go back and look again at what happens. I'm actually going to play this in slow motion here, just so you guys could see. And let me move this back a little bit further. And here we go in slow motion. And you're going to notice very steady at this point. And when he starts to go down, he's going to get his angle with his upper body. It's going to tilt back a little bit. Ball drops into position, and his elbow starts bending, and his hand follows the elbow. You want to be very careful with your throwing motion, because if you start getting that hand up too high, too quick, you're asking for injury. So this is a real good thing to work on. Dads and coaches, even moms, if you know what you're looking for, you could help your kids out and possibly prevent an injury. So make sure that hand is following the elbow and not the elbow following the hand. This is Kevin, Lidle Baseball Academy. I will talk to you later.